Hi everybody, this is Warren Herman, and I want to make a quick video today and just think about this idea that we don't want, they say, do not remove a fly from your friend's forehead with a hatchet. There's no reason to use a higher faculty to do what can be done at a lower faculty in a proper way. So for example, let's just snow. Hitting this window here. So I need to go and attack the snowflakes. So for example, if the windshield is sufficient to keep out the snowflakes, then I don't need to use the steering wheel to drive away from them. Then I don't need to use the instrument panel to understand something about them. The thing is, the windshield is sufficient for dealing with the snowflakes. So the thing is that a lot of times what we really want to do is we want to ensure that in our psyche, we are, of course, and I speak about this in many different videos, we want to be using everything in harmony with God, the unseen, who is behind us, in our psyche, who is within us, when we are in a state of grace. We want to be doing things that are in harmony with God. And so we don't want to use, we don't want to say, hey, I only am all about windshields and not about talking to the God that I cannot see. We don't want to replace a prayer with awareness, but the thing is we want to use our psyche in an ordered way and an efficient way. So if, for example, being aware of your thoughts is sufficient to help you realize that they are not valid, or that there's enough if you can kind of see, okay, I see a negative thought that I'm having, I have a compassionate and wise awareness of the thought. And I realize that I'm giving it the attention that allows it to be heard and also seen through. Then I don't need to pray about it because it's already being handled by the windshield, so to speak, of awareness. Just take action. I don't need to use the steering wheel of my will to try to get away from those thoughts. That would be, making that thought intrude in a way that I don't need it to. So the thing is, that what we want to do is we want to deal with things on the simplest way possible. The simplest way possible. So for example, if we don't deal with your, what you can do with deal with awareness. If you can use awareness to deal with it, do that first. If you can use imagination to deal with it, then do that next. If you can use the intellect or the mind to deal with it, do that next. If you have to use the will then to deal with it, then do that next. And then if you have to use relationships with others, then use that next. And if you need to then really bring it to intense prayer, okay, then do that next. So the thing is, and of course, all of these things should be done in a way that is Catholic and in relationship with God. And so these are but this is like a general principle. This is like a general principle. There might be some things, but in general, it seems like a general principle that's helpful. There might be some ways we could debate some things about this. And we should probably always be praying about things. But the thing is that also, we don't want to have to make our pray to come out of prayer that makes sense to deal with flakes of our thoughts if we can just deal with them by just brushing them away with awareness. The thing is, we don't want to be drawn out of that tower of awareness, the tower of conversation with God, to deal with the little problems on the sidelines there. So I think this is just helpful. So if you can just notice what is a distraction, what's a problem, what's just a dopey thought going by, you don't need to really bring it to prayer if you don't have to. You don't need to talk to someone about it if you can just, it doesn't make any sense. You can just wake up out of it then. So these are things that I think could be helpful just as a principle for managing the interior life. Don't remove a fly from your friend's forehead with a hatchet, meaning use the lower faculties use a faithful use of a lower faculty is a preferable means of dealing with something rather than expending the energy of a higher faculty. If you can deal with it with a faithful use of that, that's good enough. So, all right, I hope this is helpful to you and that this is going to benefit you in your interior life.